the neighborhood where one of the most famous country stars grew up.
This man's name? Jason Aldean, as you probably know from the title up there above the video. Look at this. Stop sign at the end of Aldean's Road. I don't know why there's a stop sign in a cul-de-sac, and it's covered in stuff, so you can't see it too well anyway. At any rate, maybe Aldean made them put it there through some of his actions as a child. Maybe he ran his car right through there, and they had to put the stop sign up top here. Yeah, you got to stop. Who knows? At any rate, we're in his neighborhood. We're going to show you where he went to school. We're going to show you all kinds of cool stuff. This is the Jason Aldean video, and we cordially invite you to come along for the adventure.
Come along. Jason Aldean's parents were together until he was 3 years old. Then his father moved to Florida, and his mother stayed here in this neighborhood.
Yeah, we're coming up to the house here in just a second. The Aldean childhood home where he stayed with his mother. Now, when he was here, his mom said that he was all about baseball. He wanted to be a professional Major League Baseball player, and he was actually very good. He got offered a scholarship to play baseball in college. He turned that down, though, to pursue music. That's because during the summertime, when he went to go stay with his dad, it was all about guitar, because he got really bored at his dad's house. He said he didn't have any friends down there in Florida. He didn't have anything to do all summer, so he'd sit there. His dad got him a guitar. He said, if you get good, and that was a kind of a junky guitar, he said, if you get good at this guitar, I'm gonna buy you a really nice guitar. So Aldean said he would spend sometimes 12 hours a day during the summertime playing and practicing the guitar. Now, here is his house. Right here.
His house. You can easily imagine country music blaring through the windows because his mother, Debbie Williams, really enjoyed listening to Dottie West, Alabama, and Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, they were big country music fans. His dad was also a big country music fan. They used to have jam sessions in the living room. His dad and uncle would play and sing Merle Haggard and George Jones songs. And that's what kind of made Aldean want to get better as a singer. He said, I wanted to be part of that group in the living room, and I knew I needed to learn an instrument and learn how to sing so I could take part in that group. So that's what he did. He started to learn them, and he got pretty good at it.
Aldean headed out from this house to Nashville in 1998 to pursue a career in music. Wonder if that used to be his basketball hoop.
When he was 14, he started to play local gigs, and he even would go and enter into talent shows where he won some.
And his mom would actually drive him to these gigs, and she said, I'll drive you as long as we got time when you get home for you to do your math homework.
Ooh.
All right, let's go to the school that Jason Aldean attended here in town. One more look at the house, though, before we go.
We've now made our way on over to Windor Academy, and that is where Jason played baseball.
He went to school here and played on the baseball team. He was very good, like we told you earlier. He would have played on this field right here. Think about this. Aldean would have stood right here to watch the games. This is the dugout for the Windor baseball team. He would have sat on this bench. Right here, you want to have a seat?
Oh,
here we
yeah.
are on the Aldean baseball bench. Now, we've rounded up the headmaster at the school, and he's agreed to tell us a little bit about something else really cool that happened here. A music video was made at the school on the football field. We'll go over there in just a second. But first, let's go inside, see the trophy case from some of the trophies Aldean's team won when he was here at the school, and talk to the headmaster. Here we go.
This is the display case that they used in the Jason Aldean video, and the trophies here are from the era that Jason Aldean was here. And it was kind of a neat deal to be able to do the video. Got to meet Jason briefly, and he came out and spoke to some of the kids. They took a lot of footage from our football game that night, and it was just a neat experience for all of our kids.
In the music video, Jason Aldean stood right here on the Windor logo.
Yeah, it's the big W right in the middle of the football field. Of course, he played baseball, but they decided to use football for the music video. You could see the press box back there with bright lights, a couple of them there on the top, and the stands behind him. Also, the band, Jason's band, was gathered all through here behind him as he performed the song on the football field.
The entire music video for Gonna Know We Were Here was filmed here at the school and in the downtown Macon area. The band and Aldean stood here performing the song throughout the video. Then they added in scenes from the football game that week showing various plays on this field. You can see the scoreboard at one point in the video, and Headmaster Jimmy Watts, who we talked to earlier, made an appearance in the video as he was head football coach at the time.
Yeah!
Go Windor!
Go Windor! Yeah!
National champ!
Yeah! We have now made our way on over to New City Church. It used to be known as Nashville South, and it was located originally at a different location down the road, but it burnt down.
Yeah, that Nashville South one burned down. This was a place called the Yellow Rose before that. So when the Nashville South previous location burned down, they moved right down here and took over the old Yellow Rose building. Now, it was already all set up for them. There was an elevated stage. You had a great view of the band from anywhere in the club. There was a huge dance floor, and there were 3 bars in there. So this was a great place for musicians to perform, and a lot of country artists got their start here. And one of those people, of course, was Jason Aldean. At the age of just 15 years old, he began coming here and playing with the house band on a regular basis. Staff of the church tell us they've left the building almost exactly the same as it was when it was Nashville South. Here's the bar area, which the church has turned into a coffee bar. Let's take a walk into the sanctuary, which used to be the dance floor and stage area. Here is where Aldean honed his skills before heading to Nashville. When he moved to Nashville, Aldean met a man named Michael Knox, who happened to also be from Macon. Knox was a music producer from Warner Chapel who got Aldean a songwriting deal, and within 6 months he was offered a record deal with MCA based off a demo with just 4 songs on it. But they wanted him to lose the cowboy hat and take on a more boy band type look. Aldean said no. He wanted to stay true to himself, so they dropped him from the label.
After this, he went through a dark time. Knox said he would buy restaurant gift cards and give them to Jason so he could eat. At one point during a visit back here in Macon with his mom, he told her he was planning to give it up and return home. He was searching for jobs in Macon, but had a couple more shows left he had to do in Nashville first. During one of those shows, he was yelling and screaming and into the show like it was the final show of his life. A rep from Broken Bow Records was at the show, and they signed him backstage that night. His first single, Hicktown, came out in 2005. His mom said she was in her car when she first heard it, and she didn't hear any of the song because she was crying through the whole song. His career exploded from there. Now we're in downtown Macon to check out the street called Jason Aldean Way. It was named after Jason in August 2017.
Jason started working at this Pepsi company when he was 17 years old.
He worked here for several years. He was actually the driver of the Pepsi truck, the one that went around and filled up the stock of Pepsis at local convenience stores. He said this was kind of one of his backup plans if music wouldn't have worked out. He might would have become a Pepsi driver for life. He said the rough thing about this was, now Georgia gets very hot. They call it Hotlanta for a reason. Georgia gets very hot in the summertime, and he said there was no air conditioning in his truck. So he would just have to ride down with the door open and try to cool himself off the best he could. Probably sweating all day long.
I bet he wanted to chug a bunch of those Pepsis.
That's right, it'd be hard to be pulling all those Pepsis out and be thirsty in the hot sun. You might drink some of your inventory and get in a little trouble. We hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all be sure to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you can come along with us on future adventures.
Come along.